Hello everyone, welcome to Python class. Today I'll discuss about the working with the function, Python functions. I'll discuss about the scope of variables. Here I'll discuss about the scope of variable. See, Python functions are, these are a modules, part of the programs. We can create user defined function, inbuilt functions are there, user defined functions and modules are there. So these are, you have to store as a .py. What is .py? It is an extension of Python. .py is a extension of Python. See, already you have done your program in class 11, but you have also stored these files with the .py. What is .py? It is an extension of Python file. But now functions also you have to store with the .py. So py is a extension of Python file. So these modules are different from normal program. So I will discuss here. First I'll discuss about the scope of the variables. Scope of the variable, see here, scope means limit. What is scope? Limit of the variable. Scope means limit of the access of variables or constant in a program. Generally, there are two types of scope of variables. These variables are two types. First, global module. Second, local functions. Global module and local. So these are type of scope of variables here. Global variables and local variables. You can say global module and local functions. So here global variables are accessed throughout the program. These variables can be accessed throughout the program. Once, see, you are importing a file before your start program. So top of the program, when you declare any variable, these variables can be accessed any part of the program or whole program body. So global variables are accessed throughout the program. Their scope is a global. So local variables means local body part. Its limit within a that variable scope only, in that local scope only, are accessed within the program, and their scope is a local only. So see, I'm talking about the just I'm talking about the your mobile have a international and local. So you recharge your local data, only local call you can do. Otherwise international you can call anywhere in the world. Just like a same global variable, once declare top of the program, can be accessed any part of the program. Remember it. So local variables are accessed within a program level only, within a local only. Here see the difference. How global variables you have declared. See, I am explaining here. M equal 100. M, what is M here? This is a variable name. Equal is a assignment operator here. 100 is a value which is assigned to M. So this means before starting program, I have declared this variable. This means it is a global variable. It is declared top of the program. So after this, def. What is def here? Def is a keyword. What is def? It is a keyword. Add underscore diff. Add underscore def means this is a function name. What is it? This is a function name which is a user defined name. So def is a keyword, add underscore diff. It is a just like a variable. It is a function name which programmer have to define. You have to define, and in a bracket which you declare. These are called variable or parameter, or you can say arguments. So these are variable x comma y. Once you are declaring within the function with the parameter, so these also can be accessed with the limit of function only. So see here, add equal x plus y. Whatever x have a value, this is a imaginary value, not given any assigned value. You can write x equal 10, y equal 20. Also you can assign a value here, but it is a without variable is declared as an argument here. So here add is a another variable equal x plus y. Any x and y which value will be added and stored in a add function, add variable. So here diff, what is diff here? Diff is another variable for difference, and equal is a assignment operator here, x minus y. Whatever x have a value will be minus by y. And see here, now I am calling global function here. M, I am calling here global M. What is? Declare above in the program, but here we can call global M. This is a calling global variable. So here M equal M plus 10. What is the value of M here? 100 plus 10. 10 will be added and stored in a M global variable. See here, print M in a add diff. Add diff is a function name. Here it is calling, this is called calling part. This part is called function definition, and this part is called function call. Which function we are calling from top? So this is function call. Here add underscore diff function equal M. M is a printing. What is the value of M here? 100 plus 10, 110 will be printed here, and return. And once you are defining a function with the numeric variable, so that must be return. Return, add and diff. Both are returning. Whatever this have a value and whatever this have a value will be returning here. So always remember one thing, when you define a function, you must return. Keyword is a must. Return keyword you have to write. So see another local variable. Local variable inside a function definition. See def main, and this main is a calling, return is a not using here. Def main because it is a empty, no nothing to be written. See here, variables, numeric variables are declared as a argument parameter. So here return is a must. Here without variable declare as a main function, so no need to write return here. So remember one thing, you have to remember the numeric variable which is as an argument, you must return that. And here without argument it is a empty. So here local, I am giving you example of local x equal 9, which is a inside a function body. So it means it is a local of it's private. You can say it's private. See, I'm talking about your mobile phone, your private. Only you can access that, only you can use that. In a public means everybody can use that. See, public telephone booth, everybody can use it, just like a global. Once it is declared in the top of the program, can be accessed any part of the program. And local means just like a private, it's limit within a private only. This, so here x equal 9, y equal 3, both variable x and y have a 9 and 3 value here. Now AB, what is AB? AB is a variable equal. So in this x and y declare in a argument. Here it is declared as a comma b. These are a variable equal add underscore diff. This is a function name. This is inside a main function. This is a add underscore diff. This is a calling from here. What is the variables of this function? X and Y. It is calling from a. Remember one thing, once you are declaring any program with the user defined and can be accessed any part of the program, you can call. What is the benefit of it? Reusability of code. Code can be reused. No need to write again and again. So once you are writing, any program can be reused and it save your time and program will be easy to rectify. So here it is a calling from another program here, X and Y. Now here print sum equal A. What is the value of A here? Which is a assigning. X will assigning to A, Y will assigning to B. So here A and B. Whatever X and Y value will be assigned to A and B. So print M in a main function, M will be print, which is a M here, which is here. So this will print here. It is a calling. Main will be call here. So this is an example of global variables and this is a example of local. Remember one thing, always variable which is a declared top of the program before a function, before a module. So that is called global functions or global variable. And inside a main function or inside a program, inside a loop which you declare, that is called local variable or local scope. So local, if you are declaring any variable inside a loop also, loop means for loop, while loop, and inside a loop which you are using, that is also local scope. So you have to remember which is a global and which is a local. So here I'll discuss about the recursion. So here this is a new topic for you, and a recursive function is a function. What is recursive? It is a function that calls itself. It calls itself until a base condition is true. Until a base condition. You have used for loop. So how it will work? Until the last condition become a true. While condition for loop, it is a update part, but it in a while loop it execute till the last condition true. See here, recursive functions is a function that calls itself. ये अपने आप में itself, it call itself until a base condition is true. So and execution stop while false. If execution will be stop while it become a false. So you have to remember, this is a very important. What is recursion? Means recursion function is a function that calls itself until a base condition is true and execution stop while false. If condition become a false, and it will terminate, execution will be stopped. So here recursion in computer science or Python programming is a method of the solving a problem where the solution depends on the solution depends on a solution. So a smaller instance of the same problem as opposite to iteration. It is a opposite to iteration, but just like a iteration, it repeat itself till the condition true. So most computer programming language support recursion by allowing function to call itself. It call itself from within its own code. From within its own code. It's have a function have its own code. It will repeat till the condition true. So what is the advantages of recursion? Recursive functions make the code look clear and elegant. Remember one thing, recursive functions makes the code look clean and elegant. So once you are declaring a function, it see, otherwise so you are making a program, it is a vast program. There are so many variables you are declaring, so many you are getting a value, you are calculating, you are printing. Program become a very complexity. So here recursive function means function can be divided into small module. And what is the advantage of declaring a recursive function? Makes the code look clean and elegant here, and the complex tasks can be broken down into a simpler subprogram. It means vast program, long program divided into some subparts, subprograms, that is called recursive. So a complex task means big program can be broken down into a simpler subprograms using recursion. Remember one thing, that is a it is very important for you. And next, sequence. Sequence generation is a easier than recursion. When the sequence you are generating, it is a easier than recursion than using a some nested iteration. Iteration to that you know, that is a looping repetition. So nested means loop inside a loop, that is called nested. So there is a some disadvantages of recursion here. Sometimes the logic behind the recursion is hard to follow through. It is a hard to locate. And recursive calls are expensive or insufficient, as they take up the lot of memory and time. It takes a lot of memory, takes lot of memory and time also. And recursive functions are hard to debug. So these are sometimes very hard to debug, rectify. So here some program is given. Recursion program, see factorial of given numbers using recursive. See here with the def function. Def, what is def here? Def is a keyword. Def is a keyword. Factorial is a name, user defined name. It is a user defined name and is a variable as a argument. And whenever you use def function, you have to put as a colon here whenever you are using a loop, whenever you are using a while loop. And if you need to write a colon here, that remember one thing. And if this is a conditional statement, if n equal 1 means what if n value equal 1, so it will return a 1. Else what does it return? Def function with the return n into factorial. Factorial means this is a calling here n minus 1. Whatever n have a value, that will be minus 1. So this is a small demo of the factorial. What is factorial? Which is a raised power of given number. So if you input a 5 as a factorial, that become a 125. So next, another program, we can track the recursive function with the def factorial. See here, def factorial, this is a function name with the defined with the def keyword and is a argument here. Print factorial has been called with n. This will print it as the same. This is a text enclosed in a double quotes. Whatever you are writing in a double quote remain as it is, plus str. What does string value will be converted into a number. So here if n equal 1, same previous one program, what is the value of n equal 1? So it will return, it will not calculate as a factorial, it will return 1. Else, if this condition become a false, and here res, it is another variable equal n. N means it is a limit. Just I am giving an example of 5. 5 into factorial, which I am calling from here, n minus 1. So here print intermediate result 4. This text will remain as it is, which is enclosed in a double quotes, and n is a this giving, this is a calling here, and into factorial. So n minus 1, that will remain as it is, which is enclosed in a double quote. Res, it will, after calculating this, response will be printed here. Return res. Whatever result will be in res, it will return here, and print factorial. What is factorial? This is a function name here. So it is printing here calling. It is a calling. It is a function declaration, and this is called function call. So here after whatever you are calculating here, it will be print here. Print 5 means n have a 5 value. So it become a 120 for a factorial. How it is become a, see here, if I input it a 5, see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So 5, 4, then it will be multiplied by this, then this will be multiplied by this, and this will be multiplied, it become a this. See this steps, how factorial comes, it will display 120. So with the I have written previous one, so text, so it will display with the text. Factorial has been called with the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So these are the interchange called with the, and this is a intermediate of value, which is a call itself 1, 2, 3, 4 times. 1, 2, 6, and this become a 120. So final output will be 120. So next program with the recursion. This is a Fibonacci series. Fibonacci series means that the previous two numbers will be added and next number will be generated. See here, using recursive function, def is a keyword here. Fib, this is a Fibonacci series short name I have given here. N is a limit, and if n equal 0, what is the value of 0? Return 0. It will not move ahead, and it will terminate from here only if n become a 0. If n have a no value, so this will not execute, this become a false, condition become a false, it will terminate from a loop. And if it is correct, if n equal 1, so return 1. Else what does? Return fib, this function name here, n minus 1 plus fib n minus 2. So it become a 0 plus 1 become a 1, and last two number become a 2, and again, so it is called Fibonacci series. So this is a pattern which is called creating a Pascal triangle using a recursion. So see here, first one number 1, 1 2 1, 1 3 3 1, 1 4 6 4 1. So middle part will be remain 1 5 10 10 5 1. So this is called Pascal triangle. See the recursion program of this. Creating a Pascal triangle using a recursion to print the Pascal triangle. N row, number of rows. See here, def is a keyword here. Factorial. Factorial is a function name. And val, what is val? It is a argument as a parameter. If val equal 1, return val. If val equal 1, here it will be written. If become a false and it will return. Else return val multiply by, which is a given factorial calling here, val minus 1. See here. Now it is a combination, another part. Def combination, this is a function name n comma r. N for number, which is a limit, r for a row. See here, if n less than r, which is a number less than row, or row equal 0, r for row equal 0, or row equal n. If it is a less than row, or row equal 0, or row equal n, which is a limit, t equal 1. T have a 1 value assigned. Return int t. It will convert. What is the use of int function here? It convert into an integer. So t will be returned here. Else what does? T equal factorial. This is a function in previous part, and it is a calling here. Divide by factorial, again it is called with the row, multiply by factorial, again it is called n minus r. N minus r. This n minus r, this is a calling here, and return int t. It is a returning. So another part, it has a 3 parts. Continue one more part here. Def Pascal x. X, what is x? Pascal is a function name here. X is a variable, which is a argument. Print slash t. T for tab, that you know, one tab in a from your laptop or keyboard there, and multiply by x. And del, so one will be printed, or slash, and it will in a next line. First it will print 1. You have seen a first one is there. Row, for row in range. See here, for loop is here. Row in a range 1 comma x. 1 is a starting value, x is a last value, which is given in a this limit. So x is a last. So gaps equal x minus row. Gap means row will be minus from last limit. Row minus x minus row. So here for j, another loop with a loop within a loop. This is a nested loop. J in range, gaps, beginning with the gaps 0 minus 1. So in between there is a gap. So print t and this is a ending. So slash t, this is for tab given in a between the numbers. So this is the last part. See here, for b in range row. What is b here? B is a counter variable in range row. It will range of row. How many rows? 4, 5, 6 rows. It will till work. Here val is another variable equal combination. This previous combination that is called here, and row comma b. B means this is a counter variable row with the b. So it is a printed with the slash t 2 times, tab key is given, print 1. In a beginning it will print 1. And last x equal int input, enter the number of rows. Here you have to input number of rows here, and how many row, 4 row, 5 row, 6 rows, and this function called Pascal x. This is a called here. So I hope you will do practice of that program. So here you have to see the part of that Pascal adding machine. See, first one is a printed here, again one is given, 1 2 1. So three loops, three functions it has been declared there, and these are called, see, 1 2 1 and 1 3 1. So this is a 3 become a 3, 3 will be printed here, from here and from here it become a 3, and both will be 4, and both from here it become a 4. So both in between 3 and 3 6, this will be 6, and here it become a 5, 4 or 1, so it will print as a 5, and here also it become a 5. Now 4 or 6 become a 10, from here 4 or 6 become a 10. So like this it is a becoming a output here. Then 1 or 5 become a 6, here also 1 or 5 become a 6, and 5 or 10 become a 15, from here 5 or 10 become a 15. So both middle part 10 or 10 become a 20. So this is called Pascal triangle using recursion. By using normal function you can also make this. Try this at home. Thank you. Hope you understand.